Hi guys, so the way that my Clear EP song came about was kind of different to how I normally write. I actually started with the bass groove, the slap and pop groove that you hear during the verse, and I took that and started jamming with Matt on the Summer Slaughter tour that we did this year. And it was actually a good month or so before I started writing guitars for the song. And when those came in, they changed the vibe of the song quite a lot, but I'm very happy with how it came out. Just a very odd way of writing for me. The way that the actual theme is used in the song is mostly just textural. You hear it towards the end on top of that same groove, although at that point it's been twisted to fit into 4/4, and you can just hear the theme come in quietly on top of it. It's quite a chromatic, minor sounding version of the theme, very different to what you hear in the overture. It's kind of just ear candy. It comes in, pans around, and then fades out again. But yeah, that's where it appears in my song. Hope you enjoy.
Back on the Summer Slaughter tour in 2012, I spent a lot of time jamming on the bus because it was a particularly hot summer and I wanted to soak up as much AC as I could. So most of that tour was spent just writing riffs and hanging out on the bus. Misha had brought out this little Korg microcube amp, so we were all jamming through it, but I spent a lot of time with it and came up with all the riffs for what ended up becoming the Summer Jam. And when we decided to do the Clear experiment, I went to Misha's house to record on his setup, and that's when the song really came together. I named it the Summer Jam because there's this thing that I do where if somebody in the band or any one of my friends writes a really cool song, I say that that's a summer jam or something like that. So it's named after this hip hop festival in New Jersey where I got that term from. I just think it's funny to refer to a metal song as a summer jam. Anyways, that's how the song came together.
So for my song on the album, Pale Aura, the main theme comes back towards the end of the song, actually, in the outro, the sort of climactic bit after the black metal part and the guitar solo. And when it comes back, I think it bears the most striking resemblance to the way it's originally introduced in the Overture. In that it's brought back in the same 6/8 sort of 3/4 time signature that it's introduced in. I believe it's the only time on the album that actually happens. Yeah, it kind of came out by accident. The chord changes were so easy under the theme that it worked very well. And I think since it's the last song on the record, it sort of serves as a nice sort of bookend to the album, so to speak.
So in my song, the motif or theme appears in the choruses, and it's pretty different from the other times because of the chord change that's going on underneath. I tried to play with the rhythm a little bit as well. And it also makes an appearance in, I think, the second riff as this trippy lead line that has a lot of delay. It's like delay washed. And that's a lot looser an interpretation, but I didn't want my interpretation of the theme on my songs to be as direct, but I did want it to be something that is kind of apparent. Maybe you'd catch on after a few listens. And that's how it appears on my song.